Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. It's trailer week. Lots of trailers to talk about today. We watched some cool stuff and we have our double feature for you this week. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and I'm here with my favorite drug mule, Andres.
What's up, man?
What up? What's up? What'd you bring me, ho?
Bad tidings, because we're going to talk about the World Cup in a minute.
Oh, damn. Right. You go straight to the heart. Oh,
Straight
man,
in
I see
there.
how you are.
First one's free, baby. First one's free.
Woo, all right.
So in the first news we're going to talk about is how is Francisco today with the World Cup? I got to tell you something, though. I realized the other day. I'm a bad friend. I looked up the other day. I didn't realize Mexico was playing. I Googled it, like, when does Mexico play again? And I saw the headline, Mexico wins, but still eliminated from the World Cup. And I was like, oh, shit. And then I checked the timestamp. It was like 7 hours ago. I'm like, oh, my God. My man's been in fucking pain, crying underneath a desk or a table or a chair or I don't even know for the last 7 hours. And eventually
you didn't even notice I was gone, bro? Like, this guy's missing in action. He hasn't fucking sent me a message. He hasn't, like, this motherfucker, like, threw himself off a bridge. Dude, damn, that makes me feel good. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just, there you go. Bad friend on that one. Man, all right. But, okay, World Cup.
World Cup. So, the game, I started the day with, okay, man, we want to win. Mexico, I want to advance. But I also want Argentina to advance. Argentina scored the first goal. And then I was like, all right, that feels a little weird. Feels weird, but Messi scored it. And, all right, we'll see what happens. And then after that, it was just an ass kicking. And Mexico just couldn't do anything. And I was just getting upset and angry. And then, you know what? I think it'll come back to later in the show, but I've been, usually I'm the positive guy, like the glass half full guy,
Are you?
And I've been like I'm the glass half empty guy right now. I feel like, because I watched some of those trailers and I'm like, that looks like fucking shit. So usually I'm the optimistic guy, like give things a chance, and like, dude, it's not working out. And that's like 5 days ago. I'm still like trying to get over it.
Still processing.
So, man, other than that, personal disappointment, the World Cup has been fantastic. I mean, there's been so many close games. Argentina's out, Japan's in. Who would have thought about that? It's like crazy. South Korea's in. That's crazy. Uruguay's out. Like, there's some big hitters that are out. And yeah, man. And the way the bracket's shaping up, one side of the bracket is like super strong. It's got like Brazil, France, Spain, and who else am I missing? Another big favorite. And they're all gonna have to duke it out on the one side, and the other side is United States. And I think United States.
What are you saying, man? What are you saying?
They might have an easy way. They might have it, but they had to play Argentina, I think, at some point.
Oh, they can take them.
So Argentina's on the other side. So we'll see, man. One side looks easier than the other side, but I'm excited. Tomorrow, the next round starts tomorrow, so we'll see, man.
Yeah, my dumbass will be up at 7 a.m. tomorrow watching the U.S.
Oh, okay, good. Me too.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so that's it.
Sorry, dude, but hey, 4 more years. Only 8 more years, and we're gonna go.
No, 2026 is here.
Oh, is it 4 more years we're going?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was 8 more. All right. Well, we gotta book our hotel soon.
Yeah.
Road trip. All right. So, getting further into actual news. Ready for this one? You ready?
All right. Shoot.
On Netflix, the new show Wednesday apparently it broke a whole bunch of Netflix records, and it for hour per hour viewing, it even beat Stranger Things, the season's Stranger Things, which was massive. Let
Yeah.
me ask you a question. Did you see that coming?
I didn't see that coming, but interesting enough, today at work, I had a couple of coworkers like, "Have you seen Wednesday? You should check it out." And that never happens to me. I'm usually the guy that's like, "Hey, have you seen the show? Check it out. It's this and that." And like, I
Yes,
had people
yeah.
come and recommend it to me.
Like, yeah.
I'm like, is it for me though? Like, I'm 40 something. I'm like, isn't it a little kitty? Well, watch it with the family, or watch it with not the young family, but watch it with teenagers and stuff. So we'll
It's
see.
funny enough, a week ago, one of my friends, shout out Kathy, one of our listeners, told like I got a
Shout out.
message saying you should listen, you should watch this. It's really good. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, I ain't watching that shit. You kidding me? Fucking Wednesday on Netflix. And then and then I see this headline. I was like, oh shit, I should probably watch Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, I was planning on watching it at some point. I thought it was weird that Wednesday did not come out during Halloween. But
Yeah.
why Thanksgiving versus Halloween? I think that they
Yeah.
must have had a problem or bad delays, or which is never a good sign. But now it's like shit,
Hmm.
it's killing it apparently. So now I gotta check it out.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm like, I wish it would have came out during Halloween.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
but we're drowning and stuff anyways to
Oh
watch.
yeah, we're
So,
still tough.
so
But
it's on the list, but it just wasn't a priority. But now it's like
yeah, it
the
got
whole
bumped
world is
up.
watching it. So
Now we have a responsibility.
yeah.
Damn. All right, Wednesday. We'll see. Watch it soon. All right. Next and last piece of news.
Hmm.
Season 3 of The Mandalorian set its air date for the first episode, and that's going to be March 1st. So we're only like 4 months away, I guess. That's still
Yeah.
a chunk of time. No, three
Yeah.
months away.
It's a good thing they announced that maybe Mr. Pascal can go shoot some scenes.
Yeah.
You know how there's always that rumor who's in the suit and he just shows up in random places. I'm like, that's not where they're shooting the show.
I think they actually acknowledge the guy that actually is in the suit most of the time. I think that dude actually showed up to the event in Brazil where they announced this and they premiered like 3 trailers that we're going to be talking about later. And I think
Yeah.
both Pedro Pascal and his like stunt suitie double showed up, which is like they're
Hmm.
actually admitting that there's another
Hmm.
dude in the suit. I heard it was like 2 dudes in the suit, but
Yeah.
of course, I mean, dude's busy. So, and he doesn't show his face. Get
Yeah.
paid twice. So good for him.
Yeah. That's not the way, bro. You can't show
Yeah.
your face.
He getting
That's not the
paid.
way.
But all right, so that was cool. So Mandalorian, March 1st. It usually
Did you
shows
see
up.
the outfit that Pascal showed up in?
No. There was pictures?
I saw a picture of that guy was lounging, bro. He had like a matching shorts and pants, and it was like some sort of like Hawaiian pattern kind of outfit. And it was like green. And he's like, yeah, brother. Like, dude, that guy was chilling.
Dude, that
And
dude's gonna be like the next I don't know, who's a Nicolas Cage type who just does his thing and just goes and
yeah,
just does whatever the hell he wants outside of work.
build his mythology up.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right. Going straight into the next segment. What we watched. And
Yeah.
the first thing that we watched is just get straight into this. And I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get into spoilers, but we'll say if we do. So first thing we watched on Disney
Okay.
Plus just showed up a couple days ago. Willow.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Willow. I have a lot of fond memories as a kid.
Oh, me too. I
And
watched it in theaters. Yeah, and
yeah,
I'll rewatch the film every couple of years. It still
yeah,
holds up. I think it's super dope. But
yeah, me too.
so you watched it. How much did you watch?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay. And what were your thoughts?
Lots of questions, and it felt me like a couple times. I was like, "What am I watching? Where's Willow? Where's anybody that I recognize? Or what world am I in? Like a couple of times, I felt like, am I watching The Descendants or like some sort of like Disney teen show? Like I felt like I was watching the wrong channel. Like especially in the beginning when they introduced the twins, the Kit and whatever, Sorsha's kids. Sorsha?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorsha's kids. So, but then, there's some cool elements. And then, so it's kind of like 50-50 up in the air for me right now. What about you?
I thought it was really good. Except for the writing and except for the acting and except for the editing. And fuck, it was so bad.
Yeah.
I can't
So I was being nice. I was still being nice.
I'm so sorry. Even Christina, like we turned it off 30 minutes in. Like we were just like couldn't do it. And Christina even turned to me and straight up in a rare moment, she was like, I'm so sorry, it was so bad. She seriously felt bad for me because I was so looking forward to Willow. What show? Who I'm just like flabbergasted on like okay. Like
I'm like angry watching now. I want to know what the fuck where it goes, like
dude, there's so many things. Like okay, the writing, I even have a little list here. Like the dialogue like was so bad. Like every piece of dialogue. And then like the acting, each actor was in their own show. Like the daughter was like in her, you can't talk to way that my mom. I hate you, mom. And then like her brother was in he's like in a surfer movie trying to get chicks. And then like the mom was like an angry one. And then there was a couple actors that were older, like the English guys. They were like in a classic Downton Abbey type movie. And then the bad guy, I'm like, not a single person in the show has the same accent. I counted like 6 accents across like 7 characters. And I'm like, what is happening here? And like visually, like their hairstyles and how they're everything. Like it's like they're like modern. Everything is like modern. And the clothing and the clothes is all clean. I'm like, what? I'm waiting for like some fucking like Coldplay song to come on at some point. I'm like, what the shit are we watching? And they spent 20 minutes with these characters. Not a single character is likable in the first 20 minutes. And I'm like so confused. I'm like, why are we spending 20 minutes with unlikable characters, not moving a story forward? And then there's one fight scene. And it was so poorly edited. I'm like, I have no idea what was happening. They would show a guy go raw, and then like there's no middle point where you would see someone attack him, but then you would see some other person go flying across the room. I'm like, what just happened? Like they're like missing every other shot from this whole sequence. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. And then the whole 30 minutes that we struggled through was a complete mystery. Like I don't understand like who let this through. I think everyone was like so busy congratulating themselves on Andor, and they should. Like the quality control team would just went on vacation or like high fives, let's leave. And then this show kind of slipped through the cracks. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Sorry. But go ahead. I've been talking.
Did you like the design of the guys, the bad guys?
I like the one that had the cage on his head. That was cool. But I was like, okay, why is everyone aiming for the one part of his body that has armor? Maybe hit him in the knee where he doesn't have fucking armor. You know what I mean? Like everyone just kept trying to hit him in the head. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What? Anyways, yeah. There was some a few little things here and there that were kind of cool. But my God. Oh my God.
It was a disappointment, to say the least.
Oh,
I was like, what? I'm like, who talks like that? Why are they talking like, oh, I'm not that type of guy anymore? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they didn't talk like that back then.
There's so many, the dialogue
like contemporary language.
Yeah. It's like they let the actors, the kids, like have their own dialogue. Like just say whatever you want. Like it's
that's
cool,
why
bro.
that's why I felt like I was watching those Descendant shows, and you know what Descendants is?
Yeah. If it is not called Willow, I would never guess this was Willow. This is like some kind of like CW teen, like oh my God.
I wanted to like it so much too, man.
So
I wanted it to be good.
So I don't know. We're only like 30 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave it up to you to let me know later if I should continue because dude,
I would like to say, yeah, man, it got better, but I can't tell you that, bro. I'd be lying to you. I'm like, it's just more of the same.
Dude, I might pull a Boba Fett and just watch the last episode, and maybe it's good then. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo. Let's move on. I'm just kind of. I'm getting all.
I'm good.
Here. I'm good.
I'm good, man. I'm done talking about that shit.
Man, so Willow, Disney Plus. What the
hell?
Was
a letdown.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Biggest
Oh my
letdown in a
god.
while, I feel like.
Obi-Wan got pretty bad, but at least it was
Oh yeah.
semi-watchable. But this is like almost unwatchable to me. It's so like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Here we go. This one, a better show, White Lotus on HBO. We haven't talked about this in a few weeks. We're
Yeah.
gonna go
We
into like
haven't.
episodes, I think 3, 4, and 5. So we're
Sounds
all
good.
this is caught up. And
I have a new theory.
ooh, let's hear it, but not yet. All right, we're gonna go into
Okay.
spoilers for this. And do you think 5 minutes is
Okay.
enough? 5 minutes
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
enough, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, here we go. Count down some spoilers for us. Tell us spoilers.
Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right.
I love it.
All right. So in my theory, just because like the mental toll of where everybody's at,
Yeah.
I feel like my girl Aubrey Plaza is the one that gets murked because
Ooh.
she's like the one that's most like can't wrap her head around things right now.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a fucking jerk off, right? But like at least they're still like, oh, I'm still the cool guy. Oh, I'm still this guy. And she's like, no, you're wrong. You don't see like
She can't process
I feel like it's affecting her, the most. So I think she's falling into a bit of a wormhole. Because
It's
even
not
remember
just
that scene where she's walking and everybody's looking at her. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's gonna fall hard. Maybe I really don't want her to because she's my favorite character. But yeah, I think
I
it's gonna
don't
be
think I
her.
have a favorite character, but yeah, but she's also starting to like unravel to the point where like the dinner scene where he had his hand on her leg and she's just kind of
Yeah,
going with it. I'm like,
yeah.
it's taking some turns. I'll just say I'm digging the show a lot. It's every episode it goes like more layers and more layers and more layers. You're like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah,
It's good. It's good. Man, the other thing, I love the trifecta, I guess you can call it, with the prostitutes. That's like one of my favorite storylines.
yeah,
Like this introducing this one
yeah,
person and
yeah,
how they are connecting all these dots that would be otherwise unconnected. It's
yeah.
a really, really cool thing. And I kind of wonder if that connection is going to lead to like some
Mm,
unfortunate events coming up because I think there's only like
yeah,
2 episodes left.
yeah. There's only 2 left. I think you're right.
Yeah,
There's only 7 this year.
so I'm really curious what happens there, but I'm super digging it. And oh man, I'm digging it. It's funny.
I feel bad for the assistant because she just wanted to, live her best life and get some of that D and now I
Dude,
don't know, man. I feel like she's in peril.
I don't feel bad for that assistant whatsoever. She took
No?
on a terrible job. She's known this is a terrible job
Yeah.
from day one, and she's like, though she's dug her own hole, knowing full well
Yeah.
this is like the worst job ever, and she just keeps going. I think she's self-destructive. I think that's her. That's just how she is as a person for whatever reason. Because she had a nice guy in her face, and what did she do? She turned the nice guy away to
Yeah.
go for this other dude, and then that took a
The
turn.
nice guy that could be a serial killer too. I don't know, man. That guy I think might make some lampshades out of some people in the future.
It's
I don't know
possible.
about
It's
Albie.
possible. But it's like that's like a 1% chance versus like the 50-50 chance on that other crazy guy who uses the word bro. What's up, bro? Like there's some bad things about to happen. Like, did you see
He's
his
giving me
matching shirt and shorts?
Charlie Hunnam vibes, from when he was younger and stuff. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens and stuff. So I just want to know, or I'm interested to see how they, figure everything out and who does what and everything like that. And yeah, the little byline between the women of the night and the family, the 3 men, it's kind
Yeah.
of really interesting,
Yeah.
so
Here's
see how
my
that
other
goes.
well, here's okay, I gotta tell you. For the last like week or two, I have my own song I've been singing around the house when we're about to watch it. I'm gonna sing it for
Mhm.
you real quick. My throat
Oh,
is not clear. Ready?
okay.
La prostitutes, dos por amores. That's about all I got for my Italian.
I like it, man.
Dos
I like it.
prostitutes.
You should sing that song when you're like serving dinner. La prostitute. I got your dinner. Yeah, man, that sounds good.
And then here's my last. We're about to have 30 seconds left before I come out of spoiler territory. I'm really curious. Is the older grandpa going to hook up with the older crazy lady? You know what I mean? Because he's like on the prowl for anyone.
Oh.
And she's all heartbroken.
That'd be rough.
But yeah, I don't know. So like, is that going to lead into like the third season or something? But I don't know. I have no idea. I like the fact that any guessing is usually wrong. That I do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
For all we knew, someone just falls off a cliff, and that's it.
Yeah. That's true. It'll be like, thank you for all the smart people in the writer's room to figure it out.
Don't listen to my ass. All right, we're out of spoilers here. Any other final thoughts? White Lotus? How are you enjoying it?
Shout out to the location again, man. The show keeps getting prettier to look at every episode. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the location, the way they're shooting the locations, the interiors, the exteriors are like, oh my God, that's amazing looking. It's amazing looking, dude. It's all,
what's crazy is like the first 3 seasons, I'm like, okay, it still felt a little confined because most of the show was taking place in like 3 or 4 little locations, like the dining area, the bar, hotel room. But then I think the fourth episode, they go to like the lower lounge outdoor bar. I was like, that's gorgeous. That's awesome. Why are we seeing this the whole time? Like, I wouldn't go to that hotel on vacation. But then when I saw that, I'm like, yes, I would go there.
Yeah.
So that was really cool how they're opening it all up. And yeah, it's a really, really well shot film. And those underwater shots with the waves and showing like things are in motion and getting disrupted.
Really and how they're blending the shots into like, they're going into the wave into like something else somewhere.
Yeah.
Those are interesting.
Super
and
cool.
Those weren't there in the first couple episodes.
Oh, good point. And they sure as shit were in the first season.
Yeah.
So really cool. All right. Bringing us out of the White Lotus. All right. Last one. Right. Here we go. Shaq on HBO Max.
Yeah, man. I really like this. I'm a fan of Shaq. I have his rookie card from LSU, from way back when.
Wow.
So I wouldn't say that I followed him like to the most, you know what I'm saying? Because he played for some teams that I didn't like. I'm not a Laker fan. Sorry, Laker fans. But I respect the dominance. And they had to change rules to play this guy because he was just too physically imposing on people. And it's kind of cool to see behind the curtain and the steps of, the different periods of his life and what he was going through in that moment. So I'm enjoying it. And I like all the different people talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's cool, man. I enjoyed it. And he's charismatic, man.
He is. I started watching it on your recommendation. I watched almost all the first episode. And it was really cool, like seeing pictures of him, and they're interviewing like his entire family. And they start interviewing his like high school coaching staff, and which was in Germany, and they started interviewing the LSU coaching staff, and they started talking. So they really walk you through like his journey, and he's sitting there narrating it and talking about it. And it's not like it's a really classy documentary. Like they have a really cool setting. They're all just kind of like sitting there and they're simply talking and they're showing like little things in the background. It's like flashy, flash. It's like, it's really well done. And it's fun to watch. And you can just listen to it in the background if you wanted to, because it's just all people talking, I'm walking through. And I love the relationship between him and his dad, or his stepdad.
Yeah.
And how the discipline. And there was a really cool quote. Was you might not like my methods, but you'll appreciate the outcome or something like that. The result. You're going to love the result.
Yeah.
And as kids, I'm like, yeah, because kids don't understand, like, do your homework. Like, I hate you. You're like, yeah, but you want to you don't want to be a crazy person later on in life. You want to be able to like hold down the fork, clean your dishes, discipline.
Yeah. No, yeah, man. I'm so glad that that first episode, they made that a point to make sure that they gave the dad his due, you know what I'm saying? And be like, he was a strict person, from what I can tell from the documentary. But at the same time, like all the kids love him, they're like, they respect him and they love him. And they kind of understand that he was there for them. And that's the way that he could be there for them, So,
yeah,
man, great job.
They didn't downplay that. Yeah.
No, they didn't. And I'm excited to see, like, because I watched the second episode already. And I want to. I wonder how many episodes it's gonna be, and I want it to be. Because I want the next episode to be like after basketball, because it's been his playing career. I mean, it's been interesting too. So, I'm curious, man, and I like the show.
Yeah, I was digging it too, so I'm gonna probably keep sticking with it too. Maybe we'll talk about it another week or two.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Also, new to the list. What do we got?
Oh yeah, man. Bullet Train. I'm pumped up for this, man. It's a big movie. It's out on Netflix December 3rd. Not Tom, my bad.
Brad Pitt.
David Tyree.
Dude, there's so many actors in this movie.
Yeah, so many actors, but it looks cool, man. It looks like those quirky action movies, kind of like Smoking Aces, a little bit of Guy Ritchie flavor. So I'm excited, man.
Directed by David Leitch. He did Atomic Blonde, awesome film, and Deadpool 2, fun movie, film. Dude. So I mean, there you go, man.
Atomic Blonde is totally underrated, by the way. I feel
it's so good.
It's so good. All right.
Yeah, and what's her name when her fight scene? She moves so well. It's always awesome to watch her fight. Kick ass, Charlize Theron.
Yeah, Charlize Theron. Amazing.
All right. And the last one.
Next we got Emily the Criminal. Speaking of Aubrey Plaza, Netflix.
Yeah.
December 7th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The trailer was good.
Yeah, me too.
She keeps bringing it, man.
A good year. Yeah.
Dude, she might be having like the best year. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited for her. So yeah, Emily the Criminal, Netflix, December 7th.
All right, moving on to the big meat of this show. The big meat of this episode.
Trailers.
That's right. That's the one. All right.
Yeah.
All right, first one that we're going to go with. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, man.
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. I was disappointed.
Oh.
I'm like a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan, and I'm like parts of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I don't know if this is the World Cup hangover. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I was watching a lot of these trailers, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Like this one, I'm like, why is Groot look like that? And I'm sure they're gonna explain it, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, the guy, like in the last movie, he was a teenager and skinny. Now he's a teenager and fat? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know. And like the quote unquote funny part where Drax, hits the little animal person in the face with a ball. I'm like, it felt like I was watching a little bit of Zootopia. It was weird. And I didn't think it was that funny. So I don't know. The joke didn't land with me.
Okay.
And some of it looked weird. And it was just and in the trailer they're fighting a big octopus thing again.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, all right. So we've seen that shit already. I'm like,
third time this year, I think, or third time within 12 months.
So I'm like, no, but the Guardians already did it too. I'm like, why are they doing it again?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, hey.
All right. How are you? How was it for you?
I think my reception was a little bit more positive than yours. I don't really care much for the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I think there's just something about them where they just kind of seem throwaway. And maybe that's my problem is I didn't go into it with the mentality it's just a throwaway thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved James Gunn's Suicide Squad, his last film, and then Peacemaker. I was like, fuck, what, like, double feature of those are like kick ass. So then he did this. I'm like, well, shit, is this going to be awesome too? So I'm kind of more excited for it. The humor was there landing. I have no idea what this film's about. The rumor is it's going to be the last film for a bunch of the actors. I think for the cast because they're just kind of done. And I don't know, fingers crossed. I think it looked pretty funny. I thought that the kid getting hit in the head was funny. Christina laughed because we watched the trailer together for the first time. I told her, let's do some trailers together, which we rarely get to do. You get to see someone else react.
Yeah.
And then the very end, when Batista was, let me kill someone. No, you can't kill anyone. One person. No, what if it's someone that no one hates or no one loves? I thought that was funny. But other than that,
I feel like those jokes are recycled jokes. Because for me, like the first Guardians is a top 5 Marvel movie for me.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's the bar, the first Guardians.
Yeah.
So like this felt the same. Like I didn't feel like anything new, So
okay. Well, that was Guardians of the Galaxy. Showed up at the Brazil, whatever, Lucasfilm big event, and then they dropped the next one, which is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I almost forgot to tell you, man. They there was a spoiler leak like before we recorded the last episode that they released the title of the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
All right. But Indiana Jones, man. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's still not great for me. I don't know. Like, and they use some of the de-aging things, like because they're going like I think I like that part because I'm like I recognize what period like from a previous movie. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then I'm like, man, he's old as shit. And how is he gonna do all the stunts? And I was worried about that. I was worried about him. Mostly, I'm like, he's in peril. my guy's too old to be doing this. But yeah, and then like the way it was shot, the trailer, the way it looked, like Steven Spielberg, fuzzy, kind of like ethereal, like dreamlike state kind of thing. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if this works for this trailer. At least I don't know. So again, a little underwhelmed. Sorry, bad mood.
All right, we'll get there. I'm kind of with you. I was a little underwhelmed. I think it's mostly because I think how the trailer was put together. I think there was too many shots. I think they should have slowed it down, slowed down the camera movement, captured more of what was going on. They're trying to be like too flashbang, flashbang, flashbang. Like, no, slow it down.
Like, dude, this is not Mission Impossible. What the fuck?
Like, let me see what's happening. Like, if they had just let the trailer breathe a little bit more, like more classy. Like, look at the trailer from the original films. Like, let it breathe and let me register.
Or like the last 5 seconds of the trailer, where they're in the room and he does the whip thing.
Yeah,
and then,
that was great. That was the best part of the trailer, and Christina laughed. So I'm like, they have
that was
they
funny.
Have some magic.
Because we got it. We understood where we're going.
Yeah. So it was too quick. And then they should have showed more characters a bit longer. They needed more stuff on screen to just breathe and read a little bit more and get you more into it. And they didn't really use the music all that much. And like the title font, as Christina was pointing out, she's like, I don't like how they designed the title again. It looks really weird. It looks like DuckTales, cartoony. It doesn't look right. It's not like the old school. So I was like, shit, she's right. That was weird. But next year it comes out. I'm sure I'm going to see it. But I mean, I'm just going to be like, okay, here we go. And just hope for the best. It's got a really cool cast. So fingers crossed, man.
Finger crossed.
Alrighty, moving on to the next one. I didn't see this one coming at all. A new Transformers trailer, Rise of the Beasts. All right, man, let's keep up your streak.
At first I was confused because I'm like, is this a prequel, a sequel, a reboot? What's going on? And then like, all right, man, this movie's in the 80s. I started dating all the cars. All the cars are set in the 80s. And
I put in the work for a trailer.
Yeah, no, like I just recognized that the cars were from the 80s.
Okay,
like if you know some cars, you'll recognize them. Here's the things I like. I feel like the way they shift the bodies is better than the previous movies. I feel like they're doing it like in big chunks, how the toys were. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. Instead of being like, the sound effect. But anyways, I like that part. I like the old cars. I like that Optimus Prime was the flat.
We gotta start recording these videos because people who aren't able to see this right now, this dude is like almost out of his seat trying to do himself a Transformer moves like all over the place.
Yeah, we should, man. I'd be like busting all kinds of moves out, man.
I think we'll pull out the cardboard for you, show us how it's done. All right.
Yeah.
So I
These are
interrupted.
the breaks. Anyways, so I liked how Optimus, he was the old school truck, without the long hood.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And I'm a fan of the Beast Wars series.
Yeah,
So to see, Primal Ape or Primal Optimus was pretty badass. And so I still don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on in the story. I don't know, but I like the design of the guys, I guess. And then that's it. I ain't got nothing else because they didn't give me anything else.
Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. The film doesn't come out for like 7 months. I think one of the challenges I had with it, like it looked kind of off. Like the robots, everything looked a little off from the first bunch of movies, even from the last Bumblebee. I thought Bumblebee looked fantastic visually, but this one felt a little off. Then I found out that's a whole different company doing all the animation and the effects for it. So I'm like, oh, that's why it's it's off. But it's still very early. I still have time to like go back and make things better.
Yeah.
But
I like that. I like these better actually than
did
the
you?
other ones.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the design. I'm talking about like how their mouths were moving, like the animation. They were trying to talk. It was like it wasn't matching like the words.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a little weird. So they're just
like Optimus before his mask came on. I noticed that I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the designs are cool, but the actual animation of stuff behind it didn't sit. I'm like, oh, what about all this? But
yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious. Like, I want to hear some reviews. And like the Bumblebee movie, I think we've watched it at least twice. It's really good. And, like, it's exactly what it should be for Transformers. Keep it simpler because these guys they shit the bed too much with like the last 4 Transformer movies. But
yeah, no, because the way it looked, right? Like the way it looked at the end of the trailer, I'm like, is this the goddamn Civil War? What's going on? There's like fucking like big explosions, and they're all running to like face each other. And I'm like, whoa! Like I'm like, so they're bringing it all out on the. That's why I'm like curious. Is it a like? Does this have anything to do with the other movies?
I don't know. We'll find out. I do like Anthony Ramos, the lead. I think he's really good. He's good. He's got charisma, man. So fingers crossed there.
Yeah.
All right. That's next June, I think. Or June or July. We got some time. Long time. All right. The next trailer was Amazon just released the season 3 Jack Ryan trailer.
Yeah.
Have you watched the series?
I love the show.
Okay. What do you think? Because I have not watched the show. I know Christina watched both seasons. She really likes it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the trailer?
During the pandemic, I rewatched the whole thing again. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I liked it. So I'm curious, because in the trailer they're like, oh, he's a wanted man now. I'm like, what did he do? He's the clean cut guy. Like somebody set him up, and I'm like, so obviously I'm
like 8 out of the 9 Mission Impossible films always end up with in the first like 10 minutes Ethan on the run from the government because he had to like make a choice. So this is nothing new.
Yeah. So
but
I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? I think like these shows are not like groundbreaking, but they do the job that they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
They entertain you, and then that's it. You don't have to like there's no theories. There's no like what if this guy? No. They put it on the screen for you. You don't have to figure anything out. Just watch it, enjoy it, and then move on. So I like it.
I dig that. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll probably have to catch up on it, and maybe I could just start with 3. I don't know, but it always looks cool. And Krasinski, he got all shredded again. He got shredded for that Michael Bay film a long time ago, and just stayed shredded. I think for all these other movies, like all these big Jack.
Well, he's in pretty good shape in all these episodes and all these shows.
Yeah, so good for him. So that's coming out, I believe, spring of next
year. The end of this month.
I'm a liar. It's happening this month. All right, that's cool. All right, and the final trailer. It might be the trailer of trailers. This might be the trailer of the year. We don't know.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear.
It's funny because a few months ago, I was listening to a podcast, and I want to say maybe it was Mark Maron or somebody did an interview with Elizabeth Banks, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm working on a movie." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you're directing?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, what is it? What's it called?" "Cocaine Bear." I'm like, "What the Cocaine Bear?" I'm like, yeah. I mean, I can't really say too much about it right now, but it's gonna be really fun. I'm like, all right. And then cut to like 6 months later, and the trailer, and you're like, what the fuck? Yes, 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 yes. So I'm excited. I loved it.
You know what?
There's like a
Yeah.
best thing. I'm glad I watched it last too. I'm like,
So
yes,
it picked you up where you needed to go. You were
yeah.
on
I
the
was like,
ground crying. You were
yeah,
crying and snobbing, and there's fucking snot coming down your face. And you
yeah,
heard a knock at the door, and Cocaine Bear walked in and gave you a big old hug and picked you up off the ground. He
yeah,
said, "It's gonna be okay." And you said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Cocaine Bear, motherfucker."
yeah. He's like, you want a bump? I'm like, whoa, buddy. I don't know you like that, but yeah, man, it looks good, dude. So I'm excited to watch it.
Dude, so the craziest thing is I've been following this for like a year now. When I
Oh yeah,
first heard they were gonna make this film, I read about it. And I'm like, wait. I had to reread the whole sentence of the whole like,
yeah,
what is this about again? A bear picks up like a brick or two of cocaine that some drug smugglers dumped in the forest because they were getting like
yeah,
caught, and the bear goes on a rampage. And it's like this is a true story.
yeah,
And I was like, dude, this might be an amazing film. And
yeah,
finally the trailer comes out, and the trailer, it did not disappoint. I think,
yeah.
oh man, I'm so looking forward to this film.
Me too, dude. I'm like, and like there's some recognizable actors, but even the people that aren't recognizable were pretty good in the trailer. I feel like, man, this was such a good trailer. It told you so much in the space they
Yeah.
had.
I think
You
they
know what I'm
gave
saying?
away too much. There's a couple things where I saw, I'm like, they shouldn't have shown all of that. So like
Yeah,
viewers, listeners, if the idea of Cocaine Bear sounds cool, don't watch the trailer. Just watch the movie. It comes out in February, end of February.
yeah. And
Dude,
if you think
yeah.
a cocaine bear is gonna jack people up because he's all coked up, you're right. So that's it. You have thought correctly. So
It's gonna be awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. And
just sit back and enjoy it.
it's really well executed. I found out Weta Digital is doing the effects for the bear, and that's why it looks so damn good. Like they do
Yeah.
fantastic creatures and animals. I'm like, wow, they spent money on this. So, woo,
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear. All right. So with Cocaine Bear, we are gonna have our double feature, which
Yeah.
is it's a little loose as usual, but it's
Yeah.
like cartel, cocaine smugglers
Yeah.
themed double feature. So
Yeah.
you want to go first, buddy?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna go with a Taylor Sheridan entry.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I'm gonna go, it's not funny, but it's really good. And I'm gonna go with Sicario. I just love that
Ooh.
movie. I mean,
Dude.
it's a great movie. I'm like,
Shot by
it's so
Roger Deakins. It's
intense.
gorgeous. Yeah.
It's intense, and I love that. Like, you think it's about one thing, and it's not about her. It's not about the
No.
agent, you know.
No.
And it's about him. You know what I'm saying? So I love the little, I don't know, twist or the little misdirection. And yeah, man, it was great. Everybody was great in it. My guy Brolin was amazing. You know, he had like the quick little one-liners and let's go, let's go. And Emily Blunt was great. Del Toro, everybody.
Dude, this
So
film is like a 10 out of 10. It's so good. And
yeah,
I I think it was maybe the second viewing I watched, and I realized this film has nothing to do with Emily Blunt. Like if they took her character out of the film, I think all of the events in the film would still take place. She's just like
yeah,
this outside observer into this world, and you're like, holy shit! When you start to
yeah,
break it all down, the movie's amazing.
yeah,
Like you said, the actors, the border crossing scene, or like the tension, and whoo, this movie does
yeah,
not let up. And the cast and the supporting cast, like there are so many amazing actors in this film. It's crazy, and it's shot by Roger Deakins, who got an Academy Award, I think, the next year.
yeah. Dude, and it's just like that, back to that border crossing scene. As somebody that's crossed the border, not that border, but
Yeah,
other borders, is
yeah, same.
like you just stuck there and you feel helpless. So I can imagine like something crazy like that just going down, and you're sitting in your car and you're like in the middle of an ocean of cars, and there's like you can't go anywhere because everything's blocked off, and you just gotta, I
And
guess
you
sit
look to
there,
your left,
pray.
and there's a car full of dudes with their faces completely tattooed over, and you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah, man.
like
So
dude,
it's crazy. So
dude,
yeah,
that was
man. So
awesome.
this is my entry for double feature for Las Drogas.
Okay, I'm gonna lighten it up.
All right.
Mine is a couple years ago, not too long ago. American Made with Tom Cruise. He's
Mm,
a flight pilot who smuggles stuff out of Florida,
yeah.
and it's based on a true story, but
Uh-huh.
like maybe 5% of the film is actually true. The rest of it's just totally embellished. Like the CIA gets
Yeah.
involved, and there's all kinds of Pablo Escobar stuff, which is true.
Yeah.
And his character is actually in the Narcos show. You see him briefly because he kind of
Yeah.
screws up and causes a bunch of problems for the cartels. And they
Yeah.
weave that in. But Tom Cruise's performance is like this crazy guy who's just a pilot that flies drugs back and forth with these cartels. And he just keeps getting more and more deep and money. And it's a very lighthearted film. And there's some fantastic cast of characters. Dominic Gleeson, Dom Hall Gleeson, is like one of the other agents that's like around. He's done such a good job as that character. There's so many characters in the entire film. Tom Cruise, I think, loses a tooth in the film, and you're like, Tom Cruise looks crazy. Um, it's just a really funny, light-hearted-ish type film, but there's some like serious undertones when you start seeing like the satire of it all. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, American Made, also directed by Doug Liman, and Doug Liman and Tom Cruise worked together on Edge of Tomorrow, one of the best sci-fi films ever. So they have a good relationship.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
it's
a
so
lot
funny,
of
like this movie, I always thought it was funny when like big actors do like nothing but big films, and this is Tom Cruise's like small film. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, it's a
Or like when
very
big time directors do like
yeah,
small films, like Michael Bay doing Pain and Gain and doing Ambulance and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
between, Transformers or like these mega
yeah,
blockbusters and stuff. I remember
yeah,
watching this movie and I enjoyed it, man. It was really cool. And I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
and it's so funny because Tom Cruise was really likable in this film. Like
yeah.
he played like this this guy, but he was just like a fun kind of
And
figure it out
apparently
kind of guy.
the real life character is the same way. Everyone like liked this guy and they just wanted to hang out with this guy. And he was just like a happy go lucky dude who would just figure it out. And you're like, dude, like you can get killed any second or thrown in jail for the rest of your life at any second. And he would just like, whoo, here we go. You're like, shit.
Always, yeah, always on the edge of like of between life and death.
Dude,
It's
yeah, it's
crazy
cool.
living your life like that is it's
And in the
oof.
family, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah,
But yeah, American Made. It did not do that well at the box office, especially with Tom Cruise. But it should have done
yeah,
better. And check it out, folks. It's really good. And that's a wild double feature.
yeah. It's a wild feature. Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of cool things
watch
happening.
watch American Made second because it'll like lift you up from being on the ground from Sicario. Because God, even the opening scene in Sicario, you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh man, gnarly, gnarly, gnarly stuff from nightmares. All
That's
right,
funny.
man. That's pretty much our show this week. That was a quick, fun, zero fat. We trimmed that shit. We attacked it. We
Yeah,
made it happen. That was
sounds
awesome.
good.
Great job. So sign us
Yeah.
out of here.
All right. Please like and subscribe. Let us know if we're missing anything. That's our show for today. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Two nerds, one pod. Let's go.